Right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. And it's What was that? I don't have media.
Dobkin, President of Westminster. Welcome to Convocation. I'm Dr. Beth Dobkin, President of Westminster College. We've anticipated greeting you on campus for many months now, and we're thrilled that you're with us here now. Convocation is a coming together, a gathering of shared commitment in your pursuit of a degree, and a demonstration of support for you, which signifies the level of importance that comes with the beginning of college life. We wear traditional academic regalia, the cap, the gown, tassel, hood, to mark the opening of the college year. The shape and bars on the sleeve, the colors of the hood, the position of the tassel all tell you something about the person wearing them, such as their academic rank, discipline, and alma mater. Start planning now for the day that you will wear your cap and gown. I realize that might be a bit difficult to think about right now. This is a fall like no other, with constant improvisation coming after a spring and summer of lockdowns, illness, isolation, protests, and travel restrictions. The decision to be here may have been difficult for you, or you may not have had a second thought about it. You had many choices. You could have taken time off, looked for a full-time job, hunkered down in a room by yourself, tethered to a computer, but you didn't. You came to a place that will help you make sense of the past, find opportunity in the present, and design a path for the future. You're here, on your way to achieving a collegiate degree in a very special place. You're now a Griffin, and you're here with hundreds of returning students who know the power and promise of a Westminster education and couldn't wait to get back. As a Griffin, you're entering a community of scholars. Some of you are carrying on a family tradition, others of you may be starting one. Each of you now stand among the privileged few who will attend college. Of the students who graduate high school, fewer than ever are likely to start college this fall. Many who do won't complete a degree. But because you're here, at this academic community, you're likely to be one who will. When you complete your Westminster degree, that degree will more than double your potential lifetime earnings regardless of your major. More importantly, though, while a college degree may be worth $1 million more than a high school diploma over the course of your life, being well educated is priceless. Our faculty and staff will guide you on that educational path. Some of the best faculty in the country are right here. They chose Westminster because they believe in the power of education to reveal the world to you, to challenge you, to help you realize potential that you didn't know you had. Take advantage of them. Develop relationships with them. Our faculty, staff, everyone here is invested in your journey of discovery. Their investment in and commitment to your success are part of what makes Westminster unique among comprehensive universities and liberal arts colleges, not only here in Utah, but across the country. We'll provide countless opportunities for you, but you'll need to take advantage of them. Immerse yourself in everything Westminster. Make use of the resources we have for you. The more you engage, the greater your success. You'll claim a professional identity, learn how to focus, be present, and do things well instead of just getting things done. You'll learn not only how to make a difference, but how to learn from difference. You'll have a foundation of knowledge and a way of learning that will serve you the rest of your life. I look forward to spending your college years together with you and to handing you your diploma when you cross the commencement stage. Congratulations on becoming our newest Griffins. Now, I'd like to introduce you to one of the key people in helping you find Westminster as the best place for you to embark on your collegiate journey. Erica Johnson, a Utah native who joined us after several years in the Pacific Northwest, is our Vice President for Enrollment. Erica, please come to the stage.
Good morning. My name is Erica Johnson, and on behalf of the Offices of Admissions and Financial Aid, welcome to the Westminster community. During the past year, you worked hard to find the right college match. Some of you walked on campus for the first time this past week. Others of you visited during your college search. We met you on campus and online, in your high schools and on your college campuses, and at college fairs. The admissions staff logged thousands of miles traveling from Vermont to Vernal to Vietnam, and of course we met you virtually to tell you about studying and living on this beautiful campus. Throughout this process, you asked good questions, weighed your options, and viewed us with a discerning eye. Unlike ever before, you had to trust your instincts. Congratulations on a job well done. We are pleased that you chose Westminster and that you are here. Starting today, you are no longer an outside observer. From now on, when you speak of Westminster College, you speak about your community, your home, and your journey. This journey is far from predictable, but I assure you, as that you navigate the unknowns, the setbacks, and of course, your many accomplishments, you will see and understand why the faculty, staff, and alumni love Westminster. The admissions process allowed us to get to know you well, and we are awed by your academic achievements, the records set, and the art created. You are an accomplished group of emerging scholars, leaders, athletes, artists, and humanitarians. You have been supported by families, teachers, coaches, counselors, and others who share in your success. It is with pleasure that I introduce you to the faculty, staff, current students, and alumni of the Westminster community. Friends and colleagues, the entering class of 2020 includes nearly 300 first-year students and transfer students. They have traveled from 26 states and 5 foreign nations. They attended 135 high schools from across the country and around the world. Transfer students are joining us from a variety of 2-year and 4-year institutions. Their first names range from Abby to Zadia, and their experiences are even more distinctive. As individual as their stories, they also share many important characteristics, and this led them to choose our community, our campus, our college. New Griffins, your academic profile tells us that you are ready for this experience. The average GPA for this class is a 3.58, and your test scores put you in the top quarter of test takers nationally. We have students who graduated from senior classes ranging from a few dozen to over 800. And approximately 18% of you are the first generation in your family to attend college. But you offer much more than a set of statistics. In his book, College Unranked, Lloyd Thacker writes that a student's job is to make education happen. He states that the qualities of curiosity, self-discipline, effort, imagination, intellectual verve, a sense of wonder, a willingness to try new things, empathy, open-mindedness, civility, and a tolerance for ambiguity will allow you to engage in the learning process. And we know that these qualities are not measurable. The admissions committee is certain that you have what it takes to be successful at Westminster. So it is with pride that I turn over our newest transfer students and the members of the class of 2024 to Obaid Baraksi, Westminster Student Body President, and the Provost of Westminster College, Dr. Debbie Tomasabi. Colleagues, I present to you our newest Griffins.
Good morning, students, faculty, and staff, and welcome, class of 2024. 2 years ago, I was in your shoes, or maybe in your sandals, scared, thinking about that first day of classes, trying to make new friends, and not even knowing if I should have had that Cholula hot sauce with fries for breakfast, as I was not really a morning person. I was trying to find my place in the world, and you may be too. But Westminster has a place for all of us, including me, a young Muslim brown kid from a war-torn country, Afghanistan. Having been born in war and having grown up in war, I always thought of myself simply as a product of war. Every time I faced a tough challenge, I would blame war and make excuses. But all of that changed when I came to Westminster. At Westminster, I learned to develop and trust my own voice through having a space in the classroom that I can express myself and my identities and feel uplifted by my peers and professors. I joined clubs and organizations my freshman year that not only taught me leadership skills by sending me to programs and conferences, but also helped me grow as a result of my quality connections with friends, faculty, and staff along the way. As you embark on your first year, know that Westminster is a place that encourages students like me and you to not only contest ideas, but also to cultivate a culture of listening to change minds, to hone arguments, or simply to try to understand better. But to better understand the world, it helps to have a supportive community like Westminster, where people look at people with potential, with talents, and narratives that will inspire all of us to go through times like these collectively. After spending some time at Westminster, I knew and felt I was in a good place, a safe space and a tight-knit community where your professors know you by your name. Westminster is a place where you can discover and practice the skills that you need to thrive as a successful, global-minded individual that you want to be. To push your friends and peers to cultivate a culture of race unity, mutual empathy, and understanding, which will lead to a more compassionate world for all of us. Today, as your student body president, I'm here to remind you of the courage you have taken to begin your college life. And honestly, that's very impressive and brave. But I'm also here to encourage you to seek discomfort. Seeking discomfort means getting out of your comfort zone as often as possible so that you can be a stronger and more experienced version of yourself. Seek discomfort in embracing our differences to help create an open, inclusive, and safe community where we can talk about race, gender, power, privilege, and class. Seek discomfort in finding yourself, in empowering the many talents you bring to the table, and in taking classes that will challenge you to be intellectually fearless. The next 4 years are an opportunity to create something for yourself. So go get involved, push yourself out of your comfort zone, and try something new. Today, as a result of my transformative experiences at Westminster, I can now courageously and unapologetically say that I was born in war, but I'm not a product of war. I have found my voice, and now it's much stronger and much more louder. So maybe in 2 years, you will find yourself standing where I am today, telling the class of 2026 how Westminster has changed you. Thank you. Now I have the honor to introduce our next speaker, our provost, Debbie Tamosibi, to do the academic address. Debbie Tamosibi, pronounced she, her, hers, has served as provost at Westminster since July 2019. Prior to that, she was the dean for the College of Arts and Sciences at the Santa Clara University and a professor of chemistry at the University of San Diego. Debbie has an undergraduate degree in chemistry from the University of California, San Diego, a PhD in organic chemistry from the University of Washington, and she completed a postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Rochester. Wow. So now let's welcome our provost, Tamosibi.
Hi, I'm Debbie Tamosibi, and I'm the provost at Westminster College. And as provost, I'm the chief academic officer on campus. So I'm an organic chemist by training, so I love a good experiment. However, I'm a cross-country rather than a downhill skier, and I enjoy roller coasters, but I will not be going skydiving anytime soon. So for me, there needs to be some sense of control to the experimentation that I enjoy. So when designing a way to make a molecule that hadn't been made before, I would research what other people had done to make molecules that were similar. What worked for them and what didn't work for them? What might I need to do to tweak due to the differences between those molecules and the ones I wanted to make? And it always took quite a few tries and a few different methods in order to be successful, find what would work in my hands and in my lab. And right now feels like a giant experiment. We're moving through space in ways that haven't happened before. We're trying to learn from experiences that are relevant to this pandemic, but there's a lot of uncertainty and new information that informs us every day. And now you're going to start college at Westminster. So what's the best mindset as you start off your academic here in the midst of a pandemic coupled with social unrest? The good news is that a college experience is intended to be an experiment, and adaptation and resilience are always key. There's no defined pathway that everyone should take. We do know your experience at Westminster starts here and today and ends with you crossing the stage at commencement. But in between, there should be a lot of experimenting, trying new things, talking to others, hear about their college experiments and what they learned. Reflect on your new experiences and what you're learning about yourself, and then adapt and use your new knowledge to make choices and decisions moving forward. The conditions under which you do an experiment matter. You know this from everyday life. Many processes happen faster when you apply heat, slower when you cool them down. And similarly, the environment that you're in here impacts your academic experiment. So every college campus environment is not the same. Your environment here is crafted to support you as you learn, both inside and outside the classroom. The faculty and staff at Westminster College are here because they want to support you during your academic journey, your experiment. Take advantage of this, take time to get to know your faculty, seek them out during office hours. Also take advantage of what's nearby and off campus, especially now. Getting out into nature is wonderful for your mental health, no matter what you enjoy. You can walk over to Liberty Park and enjoy reading on the grassy area, take a walk around the park. You can walk over to Sugar House Park and sit by the creek. You can head into the mountains and enjoy a beautiful hike, something I did this past weekend. Just watch out, the elevation is tough, at least for me. But there's tons to do, and they're great places to reflect and re-energize. The undergraduate education at Westminster is centered on a liberal arts tradition and a liberal education. A liberal education is not a political statement. It's an education that provides students with broad knowledge about the wider world, things like science, culture, and society. So you're prepared to be responsible citizens and contributors to your local and global community. That broad knowledge, here encompassed by the W Corps and Honors Corps, is coupled with an in-depth study in a specific area of interest, your major. The core curriculum is not a series of courses that you need to check off or get through. They are an important opportunity for you to learn about things that you may not know anything about, and to explore topics you wouldn't necessarily study as part of your major. And you have choices. You will design your pathway. Take this opportunity to learn seriously. Take the courses seriously. You might be surprised and find yourself interested in something you never expected. You might find your academic talents are in a subject matter you never even thought about. Be open to learning new things. That's why you're here. Keep that top of mind. So you're starting your time at Westminster College. Where will it lead you? There's so much to learn while you're here that it can feel overwhelming at times. In fact, it already may feel that way and classes haven't even started. So don't be held back by face masks. Say hello to people that you haven't yet met. This may be your new best friend, your future business partner, the person you call 20 years from now just because they make you smile and you need it that day. You've all gotten pretty good at hand signals. We certainly all have one for "you're muted." In a meeting with some of my colleagues earlier this week, we decided on what we would use as a group, just to point that out. So you may major in what you plan to major in today. You may be inspired by something you haven't yet been exposed to and change your mind. And that may happen a few times over, and that's all part of the process. Open yourself up. Consider areas you don't know about and even areas you think you're not good at. Having had to struggle with the discipline and prior learning experiences doesn't mean you aren't good at it. Try it again. Ask for help. Be proactive and be your own advocate. Focus on learning, how to keep growing throughout life, make the most of opportunities presented to you, show up eager and enthusiastic for new experiences. Be patient with yourself as you learn. You will feel like you're making mistakes or missteps at times, and that's okay. Learn from them. Mistakes are not failures. They are in fact important parts of the learning process. Be patient and kind with yourself as you move through them and work to create your adult identity. What difference will you make in the community after you graduate? What will you do with the knowledge you have gained here? So many opportunities for positive impact, and we have no idea what those will be, and that's exciting. Study hard, apply yourself, do great things that you're proud of and are meaningful to you, and I look forward to hearing about it all. So welcome to Westminster College. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Brian Jorgensen, Professor of Marketing. Dr. Jorgensen joined Westminster College 19 years ago and teaches in marketing and business law.
Greetings and good morning. I feel very grateful for the opportunity to address you today. Traditionally, the faculty speaker at this convocation is the most recent recipient of the Gore Excellent in Teaching Award, a prestigious honor on campus. This year's award recipient was Chris J. Nordmeyer, a talented member of our sociology department. Because Professor Nordmeyer was not able to attend this convocation, I, as the current faculty chair, was invited to speak in her place. This morning I would like to address 3 things that we as faculty members would like you to know about us. First of all, we want you to know that we love Westminster. We believe in Westminster, and we believe in you. Further, we are here for some of the same reasons that you are here. We value education and feel that it is more enriching when done with more of a personalized touch. We love the opportunities that our small classes and small campus size afford us to really get to know you as individuals and for you to get to know us. Please take advantage of this. Visit our offices, or if necessary, visit us virtually. We are happy to spend time with you to help you with your learning, but we also are thrilled to hear about your lives and your hopes, plans, and dreams. Like you, we are here because we love this physical place. From the jewel of this campus in a charming suburb of one of the most vibrant but livable cities in the country, to the world-class wonders of wilderness that are nearly at our doorstep. Secondly, we as a faculty believe in engaged learning. We reject the concept of the student as an empty vessel waiting for the professor to fill her or him with knowledge. Rather than think of yourself as students, we want you to think of yourselves as learners. In my mind, this term learners implies an active role rather than merely a status. A learner comes to class each session, of course, ready and willing to be involved in and a contributor to his or her own learning, as well as that of everyone else in the room. So here are a few quick suggestions for engaged learning in the classroom. Be fully there with your attention. Carefully listen and consider what your classmates have to say as well as what your professor has to say. Be fully committed to in-class activities. Raise your hand, speak up, share your experiences and viewpoints, ask questions. Get rid of the distractions. Put your phone away. Close the windows on your computer that aren't relevant to the particular class. Finally, be open to new ideas, approaches, perspectives, and experiences. A third thing we as professors would like you to know is that we're not perfect. Also, we sometimes like to experiment, like as we heard, we like to experiment in the classroom. Sometimes those experiments don't work out perfectly, so be patient with us. Stuff happens. We will sometimes make mistakes. We will sometimes have to make course corrections. Bear with us. We will make sure that your education is not compromised by these things or your grade. And if by chance we make a mistake that we are unaware of, please come talk to us. We'll find a way to make it right. In summary, we care about you. That is each one of you. And we have your best interests at heart. We realize that we will not be able to teach you everything that you need to know to live a happy and productive life. What we do hope is that we can provide some tools and instill within you a desire to be a lifelong learner. Thank you for participating with us today. Thank you for being part of this Westminster community. Take good care of your minds and bodies. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a fantastic school year.